So let's start with the easy and introductory question. Welcome to the National Water Center, and can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I can. I don't know how much you really want to know.
All of it.
Steve Shutt, former Montreal Canadien, was elected to the Hall of Fame 1993. Also a former Toronto Marley, so I have my connections to Toronto and Montreal. Right now I'm living in Sarasota, Florida. I work with a company called Simcoe Refrigeration, and we do all of the refrigeration for all the ice rinks around North America.
Nice.
So we've done 16 of the last 18 NHL buildings, all the NBA buildings. The last, I guess, big job that we did was we did every single refrigerated event in the Vancouver Olympics. So as I tell people, I spent one career on the ice, and I've spent the second career under the ice.
Which means you spent your entire life basically on or near frozen water in some way.
It's been frozen, that's for sure. But if it wasn't frozen, then I was complaining about it.
And where did you grow up?
I grew up in Toronto, basically in Willowdale, and spent, I was there till I was 19. Then I got drafted by Montreal and then lived in Montreal for the next probably 23 years.
And how did you end up here at the National Water Center?
Well, through, I've been working with Dave Bidini, and so he invited me to come out, and it was something a little bit out of the unusual for me. And so I figured, why not come out? It's I still travel down to New Brunswick a fair amount. I'm still playing old timers games, and I'm in and out of the Maritimes, but most of the time in the wintertime. So I just kind of wanted to come down here and see what it actually looked like in the summertime.
And what do you think so far?
Well, the weather's been great. It's the Maritimes is a pretty nice place, and it's nice to see it like this, because most of the time when I'm down here, I'm in the middle of freezing rain or fog or snow or something along that line. So it's kind of nice to come here and just see that actually there is a summer here, and it is quite nice.
It is. And so one of the things that we do at the National Water Center is talk to people about their experiences on or near water, and, trying to pull in people that maybe haven't thought a lot or spent a lot of time talking about water issues. And so I'm curious, is there a body of water that has influenced your life in some way?
I don't know whether influence it, but I've certainly been around it. And again, I didn't realize it until I actually got here, and in the conversation, started realizing how close I was to water. When I was a kid, we used to go up to a Bomb Beach, which is right near Wasaga, and that was always the highlight of the summer. We were renting a cottage and going up there. So that was one part of it. Then really is I got into boats, and I was in Lake Ontario for a couple of years, and then I went up through the Trent Canal system, and kept my boat up there in Georgian Bay for a couple of years, and that was really, really spectacular. I had some friends up there, and we just take the boats and literally go up to, cruise up to Killarney, which is really not much there. It's just Precambrian shield and water. Mm-hmm. And, you had to be careful because there was no sand. So if you hit with your boat, it was going to be expensive. And but it was nice because we go up there and go with 4 or 5 boats, and we go into some secluded cove and just anchor up all the boats, and we'd spend the weekend there. So, it was really... It was kind of nice to go there. You're basically on your own, so it was really good. Then I moved to Alabama, so I was there in Mobile for 6 years, and people don't realize that Alabama's got 40 miles of coastline. And so I had a boat down there. Wasn't too keen on, just getting out in the Gulf. Wasn't, cruised out there that much, a little bit, and, went fishing a lot. But really didn't really get a connection there. The last 3 years now, I've been living in Sarasota, Florida. And so we're on the west side, and we're in right near Manatee River and also the Intercoastal Canal system. And it's really interesting when you look at the Intercoastal in that area. It looks very, very similar to Georgian Bay. You've got all these little islands that there's no houses on, and you can go there and just anchor up. And so it just, as funny as it is, it reminds me a lot of Georgian Bay.
Nice. And so one of the things that we were chatting about yesterday is this idea that anybody can become a leader on water issues. It doesn't mean that you have to be full-time working for an environmental organization. It can mean that you introduce people to the outside, you take people out on your boat, you share your love of water with them, or you can get directly involved in watershed protection issues. And I'm just curious, when you leave here this weekend, kind of what are your thoughts, and what, from, if anything, will you take back to your life?
I think, dealing with water, I don't think I'm gonna, get in, be a front row leader. But what I will take from this is, when you're on the water, it's conservation is common sense. You see boaters, people, they do dumb things that they might not be aware of it or don't care. I just think that if I happen to see that, I will be a little bit more vocal in bringing it up to them.
Great.
Everybody does their part, and even that being a small part, if you've got everybody thinking that way, then that certainly is going to help.
Great, thanks. So we're going to turn this place into a barbecue and chat more about water this afternoon. But thanks for hanging out with us this morning.
All right, my pleasure.
Thank you.